Hey guys, Pieguyrulz here, and since I didn't talk about the State of the Network address for Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, I figure it might be more relevant if I talk about both of their upfronts. If you don't know, the upfronts, or whatever you want to call them, they're basically these presentations that networks give to let invest. I think it's investors. I guess just announce to the public as well as possibly investors what their plans are for the following year. What shows have been renewed, what shows have been canceled. Oh, I don't. They don't really say what shows have been canceled. It's more like just what they don't announce, I believe. And they talk about like what new incentives they're pushing forth, any other projects, all that sort of thing. So there's a lot to cover here with Nickelodeon. Forgive me if I missed some things. I've looked in multiple places, and there's like each news reporting place has kind of a different list of the things, but I think what I've got here is a pretty good list. Um, so let's see. First of all, of course, the first thing it says is there's going to be a SpongeBob Broadway musical. I don't want this. I really don't. Like I could see SpongeBob working as a musical, except I can't see the costumes working. Like I can see the characters, I can see the songs, I could see, everything but the costumes. I don't think, I mean, SpongeBob just, it would be weird to have it be just a guy in a suit. You know what I mean? It would be weird. I mean, it'd be weird to have a painted guy, like it'd be weird to have Mr. Krabs. I mean, I guess Mr. Krabs could work because you could have like a shell, but like Patrick, it would just be weird visualizing that. That's where I see the hurdle. Other than the fact that it's not really necessary. Um, I mean, maybe if they come out and they have some really good costumes, I'll go see it. I mean, it's an interesting idea, I guess. I'd rather that than, another order of 26 episodes, which, there's more episodes coming. But, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't sound like a great idea, but it could work. It could work. Um, let's see, what else? They're in talking about future spin-offs of their successful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. So right off the bat, you gotta talk about spin-offs. It's Nickelodeon. They gotta spin things off. It's successful. Do it again. Do it, but more, but more. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is already I guess it's a reboot technically. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they want to spin off the reboot. Um, but as I've said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles does seem to be something that is actually there is actually effort put in. So not the worst thing they could be spinning off, I suppose. Let's see what else. Uh, here's a quote from Chima. I don't know her. I can't pronounce her name. The president of Nickelodeon. We remain laser focused on using all the screens and tools in our ecosystem. Wait, no, there was a better quote. Oh yeah, here's a quote. The proliferation of platforms and massive amounts of new content having an unprecedented impact on entertainment, and we are using these opportunities to super serve our audience with fresh content, new formats, and innovative storytelling. Innovative storytelling. Okay, sure. Um, but maybe let's see what else they have lined up. Let's see. Uh, Game Makers was picked up for 26 episodes. It's got a working title. All right. It's the newest creation from Dan Schneider. Okay, nothing says fresh and new than a guy that's made what is it? 10 shows for your network already in the past 20 years, 30 years even. Um Not no surprises here. It's about two 12-year-old girls who start a multi-million dollar gaming company. Okay. That's all right. Oh, I don't really know if I want to see Nickelodeon take on gaming. I could just see it now. I can see PewDiePie is going to be in every episode, and Markiplier and the Game Grumps and I don't know, Smosh. Everyone's just gonna be on there all the time. Anyway, there's Make It Pop, which has been picked up for 20 episodes. A comedic music infused daily strip about three unique girls who come together to make their own K-pop inspired band. All right, this doesn't sound like anything new. It's another show about kids in a band. Okay. Um, then we have Talia's Kitchen, picked up for 40 episodes. It's a live action series inspired by daily telenovela format, which I believe is Spanish. It's soap opera. It's about a girl who moves in with her grandmother and spends time in the kitchen. She's got a gift for cooking with magic salt and pepper and stuff. Okay, soap opera for kids. You know, you did the Every Which Way. That looked terrible. I didn't want to go near that with a 10-foot pole. But hey, if it worked for you, it worked. So, okay. So we've got, another music group show, another Dan Schneider show, a possible spin-off of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and something that is inspired by a telenovela. Okay. That's fresh and innovating content right there. Oh yeah. We have Mutt and Scuff, which has been picked up for 20 episodes. Live action preschool series. Oh, I don't care. Roll Call, working title, currently in development, single camera comedy series shot in a mockumentary style, follows an eclectic group of kids navigating their way through middle school. Okay. This one I can actually see. I can see a Ned's Declassified mixed with the style of Naked Brothers Band, which I must be like the first person to mention Naked Brothers Band in 5 years? I'm sure no one's ever uttered those words. Man, that show, that fad was over fast. Anyway, but yeah, I could actually see that if it's actually decent. Mockumentary is a style that can work very well. It's worked very well for shows like The Office, and like I said, as far as I can remember, Naked Brothers Band was the only one on Nickelodeon to use it, or at least the only one I can remember. So I could see that working, but there's not any details here really. So the most promising one is the one that's the least elaborated on, so that they can throw some terrible twist into the mix that I just won't see coming. But yeah, a show about just middle school kids, that's just all, super dramatized. That's fun. That's fine, they don't always have to be super famous, that seems to be just such a crazy trend of, iCarly and Victorious and all of these pop band groups. It's always got to be about performing kids who can perform or kids who have made something and are millionaires. It's you don't need it. Sometimes you can just have a show about average kids. Average kid problems can seem pretty intense and crazy when you're a kid. Let's see, what else? Nickelodeon also announced a spin-off of Every Which Way. Okay. We remain focused on developing breakthrough content that is even more fresh and innovating than anything else available anywhere, said Russell Hicks, president of content development and production at Nickelodeon. Our new slate builds on a strong foundation of recent launches that is connecting with a new generation of kids. Okay. It announced that it's going to air more than 600 episodes of new series and returning hits for 2015 and 2016. That's a lot of episodes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, is it really? I mean, let's say they had 20 shows running, 600 episodes would be, 30 would be, I can't do math, but you can do the math. I don't know. I mean, this kind of goes with Nickelodeon's strategy of throwing just every few years they do this where they'll just launch a bunch of stuff, but none of it sticks. None of it ever ended up sticking in the past 5 or 6 years, is the difference between that and Cartoon Network. Anyway, among the new series this season are School of Rock, a live-action show based on the hit movie, and Nick's first collaboration with Paramount Television. It's an animated show about a good kid who has never broken the rules. Oh, no, that's a different show. Sorry. School of Rock. Really? How old is that movie now? Is it 10 years? 5 years? No, it's more than 5 years. It's at least, like, what? 10 years. You're dredging that up. And I like School of Rock. I don't have a problem with School of Rock. I was happy to see, like, a little School of Rock reunion on I Start a Fan War by Carly. But you're reaching out. I mean, it's just like, what is the point? Why, and they have to mention it as a hit movie. It's like, you're not even spinning off things that are relevant anymore. What is the point? Why can't you just come up with something original? Why? Alright, well, that's a lot of, I think that's all live action, aside from talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What else? Harvey Beaks, an animated show about a good kid who has never broken the rules and his two best friends who have never lived by any. Shimmer and Shine, an animated curriculum. Okay, preschool. I guess that also makes sense. 600 episodes if they include like the preschool lineup as well, and whatever original Nick at Night shows that are currently running, if any. Harvey Beaks. I mean, okay, that was one line. Doesn't sound horrible. You didn't really sell me in that one line, but yeah, that has potential, I suppose. Again, there's probably some wrinkle that is horrible that they didn't mention. Okay, anything else? Nick's returning series includes second seasons of new live action hits Henry Danger, Ricky, Nicky, Dicky, and Dawn, Max and Shred, Every Which Way, which they're spinning off. So why is there? Okay. Alright, so this basically tells me these are the shows that I need to get around to reviewing at some point, because I still haven't watched any of these. Henry Danger is a given, that one's coming. Also returning, SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundermans, Bella and Bulldog. Oh, no, not more Bella and Bulldogs, no. I haven't seen it, but like, it's just a girl playing football. A what? So stupid. Such a stupid premise. There's no way, unless it was entirely satirical, there's no way that could work. Not a single way. What else? Oh, Sanjay and Craig and Breadwinners are both coming back. Cool. Wait, second season? Oh, no. These are just the returning shows that, okay. Because I was going to say, Sanjay and Craig should be on its third season, I assume. Breadwinners is coming back. It's Fairly Odd Parents. Really? Okay. Among others. Let's see. Launch of Noggin and Nickelodeon Sports. Nickelodeon Sports initiative encompasses brands, established relationships with major sports leagues, to include programming, Kids' Choice Sports, alright, whatever. Alright. That seems to be the majority of it. Fresh and original content. Was that hang on, I want to get the exact quote. There were two different people from Nickelodeon are going with this. Alright, let's see. Okay, yes. To super serve our audience with fresh and new content, Saima Zargami, president of Nickelodeon, and we remain focused on developing breakthrough content that is more fresh and innovative than anything else available anywhere. Russell Hicks, president of Content Development and Production. No. I'm not allowing you to say that. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. And you know what? Spinoffs could be great. I don't know. But to claim that you are innovative and fresh and corporate lies. And I mean, I know it's an upfront, they gotta say these things, but maybe they could say, we're content with backing up and supporting our established franchises instead of trying to say, oh yeah, we're fresh and original. I mean, how many of the what 20ish ideas that were just kind of thrown out there of returning and new shows? How many of them were actually new concepts? How many of them that weren't based off of a telenovela, that weren't another Dan Schneider show, that weren't, we're talking about spinning off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles every which way and blah, blah, blah. That's not the millionth season of The Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob and dumb. This is dumb. This is really dumb and insulting. And I love that their line about, oh yeah, we're gonna cater to the new kids that are just discovering our network. Yeah, that's what you do. You put out terrible content. Little kids don't understand the difference. By the time they do get to understand, they stop watching Nickelodeon, and you have new viewers that are just being, old enough to watch TV. That is it. I mean, I after all, I'm surprised nothing in that upfront had to do with the internet. But I'm sure Awesomeness TV and react to that and whatever might be getting new seasons. Who knows? But this is just it's. I mean, I don't have to say anything. I'm done. I don't have to say anything else. Read it for yourself. I'll post a link to one of the articles or a few of them. If good content or bad content, you can't say that this is original and fresh and innovative and groundbreaking. None of those words apply to this network. Not a single one. Incorrect. Pieguyrulz, out.